First on the scene, crime photographer.
Got it. Look for it in the Morning Express.
CBS Radio brings back Crime Photographer, another adventure of Casey, ace cameraman of the Morning Express, who covers the crime news of a great city. With the original cast, author, and director, Crime Photographer, played by Staats Cotsworth and written by Alonzo Dean Cole, tonight presents Road Angel. Morning. An infrequently traveled side road at the far northern limits of our wide, sprawling city. Police cars are there, and a grim-looking enclosed truck which bears the legend, City Mortuary. Another car appears, draws to a halt, and discharges Casey and Ann Williams.
Captain Logan and the tech men are back among those trees, Casey.
Yeah, I see him, Annie. Hi, Logan.
Hello. Morning, Miss Williams.
Oh, hi, Captain Logan.
Hi, Charlie, Pete, Frank.
Hi, Case.
Well, who's been killing who today?
That I don't know yet. This guy was bumped off sometime last night.
Mm-hmm. He was a big man.
Yeah. Looks like whoever shot him collected a little trouble himself, Miss Williams. Look at the skinned knuckles on his right hand.
A big boy here must have taken a healthy poke at somebody and connected, huh? 2 bullet holes in his head. Size 38 caliber, I'd say.
38 is right, Casey. We've already found one of the slugs. The other's still inside his skull.
Okay for pictures, Logan?
Yeah, go ahead. My tech guys have got their stuff.
Thank you, pal.
Any identification on the body, Captain?
Plenty, Miss Williams. His name was Edward Pierce, and he was a farm machinery salesman in Ardmore, about 200 miles upstate. The killer took all his dough and his car, but didn't bother with his jewelry or personal papers, including car registration and driver's license.
Robbery motive, then.
Looks like.
Hitchhiker job, Logan?
That's my guess. Whoever he picked up must have pulled a gun and forced him out of his car here. Pierce took a poke at him and bang, bang. A kid cutting through this patch of woods on his way to school this morning discovered the body.
Too bad this job wasn't done a little to the north of here, Logan, outside the city limits, huh?
Yeah, less than half a mile, and cops in the next county would have had the headache.
Mm-hmm.
Why does everything happen to me?
Blue Note Cafe, Ethelbert the bartender speaking. You want Doyle and Kirschbaum's dry goods store? I'm sorry, lady, but this is one of the wrongest numbers you could get. Dry goods store.
Hi, Ethelbert.
Hello. Oh, hello, Casey.
Hi, Ethelbert. You got any coffee in the kitchen, huh?
Sure, Casey. Walter, bring out a cup of coffee and bring out some more olives. You just coming to work, Casey?
No, I've been out on assignment already this morning, and way out, too.
Anything interesting?
Hitchhiker robbery and murder, apparently.
Gee, where's Miss Williams?
She's across the street in the city room banging out her story.
Here you are, Casey. Thanks, Walter. Tell me about this hitchhiker murder. Was it very gory?
No, pal. Just run-of-the-mill. As it stands now, it'll rate no more than a few sticks on page 4, and maybe one of the pictures I shot in 2-column square.
Oh, that's too bad.
Morning, Ethelbert.
Here's Miss Williams.
Hello, Annie. Didn't take you long to finish your job.
Well, you know how little there was to write. But now we got to do some follow-up stuff. Burke wants us to stick around homicide and get any inside dope that comes in.
Okay, Burke's the editor, so Burke's the boss. But you ought to know by this time that any on-the-record inside dope we get from Logan is also what every other paper gets.
Well, Burke says to feed the captain truth serum.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Ethelbert.
So long, pal.
Goodbye. I've heard of truth serum. Now, I wonder...
As I've just informed several of your competitors, Miss Williams, the state police found Pierce's car, undamaged and containing some very interesting exhibits.
Well, how nice for our competitors, Captain. What are the exhibits?
A fully loaded 9mm Italian Beretta pistol. It was wedged out of sight between the cushions of the front seat. And some beautiful fingerprints on the car door of a hoodlum named Carl Flagler, who was paroled about a month ago.
Oh. Well, it looks like you're pretty close to your killer then, huh?
Seems so. There's an 8-state alarm out for Flagler. Yeah, it'll be a relief to have an easy one for a change. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Homicide, Captain Logan speaking. Put him on. State police again, Casey.
Yeah?
Hello, Colonel. You have? Oh, that's just swell. Say, that really does it. And what did the punk say? Sure, they're all innocent. Oh, you bet I'll come up. And see you this afternoon, Colonel, and thanks a million. They've got Flagler at headquarters barracks in Clinton County. And when he was picked up, he had cartridges for that 9mm Beretta pistol in his pockets.
Well, looks like everything's over but the execution.
You know, it's a nice day for a drive up to Clinton County, Annie. We'd be getting away from some humdrum work. Maybe the boss will...
I'll call Burke right away and ask him.
Yeah, tell him we can go in Logan's car and save the paper gas mileage.
You chiseler.
Say, Logan, you know, tying Flagler up with a 9mm foreign pistol kind of unties him from the 38 revolver slugs that went into Pierce's head.
I've been trying not to think of that. What are you trying to do, spoil a beautiful day?
Listen, Flagler, be good to yourself and come clean. You finally admitted to the state police that Pierce gave you a lift in his car?
Sure I did. What else could I do after they told me what they had on me? Now, look, Copper. I did thrum a ride from that big lug you called Pierce, and I did have that foreign gat in my pocket, and I did try to pull a stick up on Pierce with it. And that's where the big difference comes in between what you think happened and what really happened.
Let's hear the big difference, Flagler.
Well, I've been trying to tell you. Look, I pulled my rod and told this guy to stop his car and get out. He did like I said, and I got out after him. Then I make a mistake and come too close to him. He grabs my gun and gives me a sock on the jaw that almost laid me out. Well, all I could do was run, and that's what I did. I didn't kill him. He nearly killed me.
That bruise in your jaws from the sock he gave you?
Yeah. And look at these loose teeth, huh? They prove I'm telling the truth, don't they?
We can prove enough to burn you, Flagler. No jury will doubt that you killed Pierce.
But I didn't. He was alive the last time I saw him, and he had my gun. I didn't have nothing to kill him
You
with.
could have had 2 guns, couldn't you?
I didn't. I swear I didn't. I tell you.
I'm through with him for the time being, Colonel.
All right, Captain. Take him away, Sergeant.
Come on, Casey.
Okay.
What do you think, Colonel?
Well, about the same as you do, I imagine, Captain. Maybe yes, maybe no.
Casey?
Well, if he did shoot him, why didn't he wipe his fingerprints off the car? The dumbest crook knows enough to do that.
Who can tell, Casey? Who can tell? Colonel, you sure your tech man didn't find even a trace of any prints on that car excepting those of Flagler and Pierce himself?
Only a few smudges that couldn't be developed. Pierce had washed and polished the car himself just before he left his home.
Only a few hours ago, Casey, this looked like a beautiful day.
Anything new on that hitchhiker murder, Miss Williams?
Well, plenty. Ethelbert, haven't you seen the Morning Express yet?
Why, no. A fella left a Morning Globe on the bar here, so instead of buying your paper, I...
You know, just imagine this fella. He'd rather save a nickel than read fresh news, Annie.
I gotta be saving, Casey, when a certain friend of mine has owed me $16.50 for 2 whole weeks.
Look, I've told you, you'll get it out of my paycheck this Saturday. And incidentally, it's $15.60, not $16.50.
Casey, I distinctly remember.
Oh, so do I. $15.60.
What's plenty new on that case, Miss Williams?
Well, another robbery and murder. Apparently by a hitchhiker on the same highway between here and Ardmore.
Yeah?
Yeah. Guy's body was found last night. He was shot by the same .38 that killed Pierce.
And Carl Flagler was in jail when it happened.
That proves...
It at least proves that Flagler didn't pull the second job.
Yeah. Is this new killing up to Captain Logan?
No, it's outside of his jurisdiction. You know what I can't get through my head is how could Pierce have been dumb enough to pick up another hitchhiker after Flagler had tried to stick him up just a little early.
Well, maybe he didn't. Maybe he picked up somebody he knew.
Well, either that or...
What's the big for?
Most guys will pick up a woman, Annie, and under any circumstances, especially if she's reasonably young and good-looking.
Oh, the voice of experience.
Well, I've never seen you turn your back on a handsome guy unless there was a handsomer one just behind you.
That's because the wise female knows that the predatory male must be carefully watched.
Listen, few guys will squawk to the cops when a dame puts something over on them. Often they got good reason to keep their mouths shut.
No doubt.
Look, Annie, if the boss will give me a go-ahead plus expenses, I'm going to give this idea a play.
How?
Well, by burning up some gas along the highway between here and Ardmore, leisurely, on the lookout, and alone, and in search of company.
I don't think I like your idea.
Neither do I. Supposing you get bumped off like them other fellas before Saturday when your paycheck is due.
Well, you can omit the flowers, pal. Ordinarily, you'd spend at least $15.60 on my funeral.
$16.50.
$15.60. I'm on my way to Proposition Burke right now. I'm going to see you later, Ethelbert.
$16.50. $15.60. But if he gets... Say, he can't do that to me.
We'll return to Crime Photographer in just a moment. Kathy and Elliot Lewis, on stage, formerly heard at this time on CBS Radio, have left on a brief vacation. They'll be back at an early date at a somewhat later Wednesday night hour over most of these same stations. If you've enjoyed the original dramatizations and fine performances of this outstanding Hollywood acting family, be listening for the early return of Kathy and Elliot Lewis on stage at the Star's Address. And now, back to Casey, Crime Photographer.
You had any news from Sherlock Casey yet, Miss Williams? I haven't been notified that he's caught up with any murderous lady hitchhikers.
Neither have I, Captain Logan. Last night, after the first day, he phoned me from upstate and said 2 gals had thumbed rides with him. One turned out to be a lady librarian, and the other tried to sell him a magazine subscription. Casey expected sympathy, and I didn't give it to him.
The guy's young, Miss Williams, like Jack Benny. Let him live and learn.
Seriously, Logan, do you think he has a real idea?
Seriously, Anne? I think he has.
Fill her up, sir.
Yeah, please. The oil in the water's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look tired, mister. Been driving a long way?
Mm-hmm. 4 days, pal.
From way out west or way down south?
No, just up and down. 1 lady librarian, 3 discontented wives, and more sales ladies.
What's that?
Huh? Oh, I'm just talking to myself. If you hear me answer myself, call the white coats.
I don't understand you, sir.
Ignore it, pal.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Say, did you ever hear of a gal hitchhiker along this highway who puts the big B on guys who pick her up?
No.
That's what they all tell me.
You a cop?
No. Just a dumb newspaper guy who's getting desperate. Charge the gas you put in. Here's my credit card.
Mm-hmm. Casey's the name, huh?
That's right.
Address morning. Say, you ain't the fellow who takes all those crime pictures.
Well, I'm one of the fellas who takes some of them.
You up here about that killing of Ed Pierce?
I was. Now I'm about ready to fold my tent like the Arabs and silently blow.
Excuse me, but that line is, and as silently steal away.
Oh.
I like poetry.
That's nice.
I like Mr. Pierce, too. He's a nice fella.
What? You know him?
Oh, no, not well, just as a customer.
Oh.
That Carl Flagler was arrested. Couldn't have killed that second fellow who was a bumped off.
No. And I don't believe that Flagler bumped off Pierce either.
Neither do I. Mr. Casey, I have heard something about a girl hitchhiker.
You have?
Yeah.
Look, if it's anything I can use, you'll get $100 in the Morning Express, pal. And your name will be kept dark if you want it that way.
No. I don't want any money, but I do want my name and business kept confidential, though.
All right, that's how it'll be.
All right, I'm not going to stall or beat around a bush. I didn't just hear about a girl hitchhiker. One was in my car, and she took me.
Pal, you're the break I've been praying for.
That goes double. I felt like a skunk for not going to cops, is what I got to tell you, but I'm a family man, Mr. Casey. I got kids. I live in a small town, and if I told the police about me picking up a girl hitchhiker...
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Well, since this girl's pulled her stuff and a lot of other fellas besides me, so I was hoping one of them would speak up.
Tell me about the girl.
Well, here's the works. Just 3 weeks ago, come Tuesday, I was driving alone to the big town when, standing beside the highway, I saw a young woman. She had one of those little overnight bags in one hand, and she wasn't summoned like some do, but just standing there looking wistful.
Oh, yeah, I've fallen for that approach.
The wind was blowing, pulling her dress kind of tight against her figure, and she had a swell figure. You know what I thought to myself?
Maybe you better not tell me.
Huh? Oh, well, anyway, it sounded crazy, and it was crazy, but I said to myself, Dan Reynolds, that girl with her dress flapping like wings, looks like an angel of the road.
Road angel, huh?
Like I remarked a while back, I like poetry.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, well, I stopped, and the girl got in, and before we'd driven together a dozen miles, she'd given me reason to believe she wasn't any angel. She suggested I turn off into a side road and park.
Oh?
She made the suggestion with a gun poked against my ribs.
Ah, see.
It was one of those snub-nosed revolvers. A 38, I think.
A 38 killed Pierce.
Yeah, so I read in the papers. If this girl had been a man, I might have tried to take it away from him. As it was, I just let her take my money. Pierce and that other fellow she killed must have acted different. The cops found my car the next day. I'd simply reported stolen while parked.
Look, tell me everything you can remember about this gal, Mr. Reynolds, will
Well,
you?
I'm not too good at remembering faces, details, that is. Let's see. She had sort of medium-colored hair, I think, blue eyes, or maybe brown. She wasn't exactly tall or short neither. But her figure...
Mm-hmm. I look for a road angel.
That's her, Mr. Casey, till after she gets inside a man's car.
Oh, 300 more miles up and down. And no road angel. Bah, this job is driving me nuts, I think. Can I give you a lift, sister?
Oh, thanks. I was hoping somebody would stop.
Oh, sure. Let me put that little bag of yours in the bag.
Oh, it doesn't take up much room. I'll keep it beside me.
Oh, okay. How far are you going?
Canesville. A few miles this side of it, really. You going that far?
Sure. Farther. Right through.
Oh, that's fine.
Beginning to think so, too. My name is Casey. You care to give me yours?
Why not? I'm Doris Chapman.
Doris. Okay. Or do you want to be Miss Chapman?
Does your wife permit strangers to call her by her first name?
My wife? You know, a husband never knows what his wife permits strangers to do when he's not around.
That's a very cynical statement.
Oh, yeah, I'm a real cynical husband. You married?
No.
Engaged? Divorced?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 21, Mr. Casey. But aren't those rather personal questions?
I'm beginning to wonder.
About what?
Angels?
Angels?
Uh-huh. Maybe the wrong angel.
Well, Mr. Casey, I had to leave college several months ago and take a full-time job.
Uh-huh.
Luckily, I found a nice one with a lovely family. The job pays well, but supporting my younger brother, I must economize.
Oh, sure.
Well, that's why I try to save bus fare, as I've done with you. Oh, I didn't mean to tell you all this, but you've been nice. Not like a lot of men I've met, so I owed you an explanation.
Oh, no, you didn't. Not at all, you did. Gee, I'm mighty glad you felt like giving it to me, though. You're an okay kid. How often can a guy be wrong?
Men are always wrong.
What?
This is a gun you feel in your side, sap.
Why, I see it is. It's a 38, snub-nosed.
Turn right.
You're calling the turns.
I always do.
Boy, you really fooled me with that act of yours.
I've got different acts for different men.
You know your men, huh?
I've had reason to know them. They're all lousy. Now stop your car. Now get out.
Okay.
Give me your dough.
Here's my wallet. Help yourself.
Thanks. Now take a nice long walk. That's what a man told me to do one time when he threw me out of his car. So long, sap.
So long. Angel. Now, how could she? Oh, how will I ever explain this? Okay, all right, razz me. Go ahead, needle me, Annie. Give me the complete works. I had the girl right there in my car, and then she took me like, oh, nuts.
I'm not even going to ask you how it felt to get out and walk, Casey.
Oh, why not? Go right ahead. Only had to walk about 5 miles before I was able to thumb a ride.
Yeah, the bad publicity you newspaper people have given hitchhikers must make the racket pretty tough.
Oh, Logan.
Now, calm down, Casey. I'm not going to rub it in.
No, neither am I.
Well, thanks. You know, I'd have taken a chance on getting that 38 away from her if I don't know, I just couldn't sock even her sort of a gal.
Casey, you remember pretty exactly what she looks like.
Oh, I haven't been photographing people all these years without looking at them. I can even tell you the shade of lipstick and nail polish she uses.
You didn't have that sort of description to go by. Miss Williams will have it.
Huh? Annie will have it?
Me?
Casey, from what you told us, this road angel is very anti-man, which has given me a kind of a sort of a idea.
On and on, up and down. No road angel here, no road angel there. Only road. And, well, Casey said he began talking to himself after a few days of this. And I gave him the raspberry. Uh-oh. It's her. It couldn't be anybody else. You looking for a ride, sister?
No, thanks. I'm waiting for somebody.
A driver wearing pants and a wolfish grin?
Not necessarily.
Oh, sure you are. I know you.
You know me?
Same as one soldier knows another, by the uniform. I used to play the road myself in a tight-fitting dress and clutching a little overnight bag.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I gave it up a couple years ago for a better racket. The road's small time, kid. There's too much risk for too little income. Come on, hop in. Let's get acquainted.
Okay.
Toss your bag in the back on top of my luggage.
Swell-looking suitcases you've got back there.
Yeah, a lot of them. Filled with swell clothes. I do all right. Close the door. Let's get rolling. My name's Annie Johnson. Present, that is. What'll I call you?
Doris will do. Doris Larkin.
What college you out of?
College?
Yeah. I've got graduation papers from Tehachapo myself.
Oh, that's the woman's prison in California.
Mm-hmm. Are you a reformatory gal?
I was in Elmira for a while.
You're a liar. They don't put kids in there.
I'm over 21.
Save that for guys who are afraid of minor trouble. You're San Quentin Quail, under 18.
You're really pretty smart.
Yeah, with my background, I ought to be.
What's your racket now?
Oh, same as yours, men. But I make 'em pay thousands while you collect dimes.
I collect more than dimes.
Oh, sure, yeah. You rope a sap for as much as a century now and then. But your average is small. And sometimes you hit a guy who hits back.
No guy hits back at me and gets away with it.
Yeah, I've heard you punks talk big before. I used to do a little bragging myself, as I remember.
Does this look like I'm bragging?
Oh, you lug around that 38?
And I've used it.
Say, I read about you in the papers. A guy named Pierce, maybe, and another named Hotchkiss.
Yeah, I killed him.
Yeah, and the cops are looking for a male hitchhiker to pin those jobs on.
Cops are men, which means they're dumb. I hope they burn some man for those 2 jobs I did.
You never admit things like that, do you, Doris, except when you're alone with a friend like me?
Oh, I don't figure you for a friend, Annie.
No?
I never had a friend and never expect to have one. My father used to slug me, and even my mother beat me up until I ran away from home. I don't trust anybody. I hate everybody. Now turn into the next side road we come to.
You're gonna take me, huh?
For all you've got, with a prison record like you've got, you're not going to call copper any more than a married man would.
Well, I won't make any squawk, Doris. Because I'm not going to be taken.
Oh, let go of my hair!
You give me that gun
Will
or I'll
you
pull your
stop?
hair out.
Ow! I will.
I'm not a man, and I don't mind messing you up, kid.
Annie!
Here's Angel's gun, Casey, and you can take the rest of her, Captain.
Here.
These guys.
Surely you remember me, Miss Chapman. And you'll get to know Captain Logan here very well. He's boss of the homicide
Yeah,
bureau.
and if you'd been as smart as you thought you were, Doris, you'd have noticed that a car was following us. It's followed me for almost 4 days, just waiting for you to take a ride and talk. She said what you hoped you'd say, Casey.
Good.
I didn't say anything. You can't prove I did.
But I can, my pet. Under all those suitcases is a tape recorder that I started when you got into this car. It's taken down your every sweet word.
And I'm pretty sure the bullets that killed Pierce and Hotchkiss will match the rifling of this .38 revolver.
And if that isn't enough evidence, here's one guy you may get out and walk who'll talk loud and long in court.
You dirty rats. You lousy skunks. You dirty rats.
Angel.
That Doris's .38 revolver proved to be the one which killed them fellas, huh, Casey?
Yeah, Ethelbert, that's right. And that, plus the confession that Miss Williams got, will bring a conviction from even the dumbest jury.
Meaning all-male jury.
Oh.
And Doris is just a little over 18, so she won't go before a juvenile court. She gets the works.
Any girl as bad as her deserves the works, I suppose.
Well, the people who made her bad deserve it, Ethelbert, too. Kids like her don't just happen, you know.
No, they don't. But no matter what it is that makes mad dogs, they can't be allowed to run loose.
Yeah, let's talk about something else, huh?
I know what. That money you owe me, Casey.
Oh, never mind.
While you was out of town, I couldn't expect to collect it, but now...
Well, I haven't forgotten it, pal. Here. There you are, $16.50.
$16.50?
Well, that's right, isn't it?
Sure, it's right, but $16.50. Miss Williams, did you feed Casey some of that truth serum you were getting for Captain Logan?
You have been listening to Crime Photographer, played by Staats Cotsworth and based on the original character created by George Harmon Cox, is written for radio by Alonzo Dean Cole, with Jan Miner as Anne, John Gibson as Ethelbert, Bernard Lenrow as Captain Logan, Lou White's original music, and Teddy Wilson as the Blue Note pianist. Crime Photographer is produced and directed by John Dietz. Join us again next Wednesday night at this same time for another fast-moving adventure with Casey, Crime Photographer. For our men in uniform overseas or anywhere away from home, home is mail call. Through the letters you send to those you know, you brighten life and make home close. Write often all the items you know about the place he left behind. Make your friend or relative glad instead of sad when mail call rolls around. Gangbusters go into action Saturday nights on the CBS Radio Network. First on the scene, Crime Photographer.
Got it. Look for it in the Morning Express.
CBS Radio brings you Crime Photographer, another adventure of Casey, ace cameraman of the Morning Express, who covers the crime news of a great city. Written for radio by Alonzo Dean Cole and played by Staats Cotsworth, tonight's adventure, Source of Information. Early afternoon, the untidy photographer's room of the Morning Express. It empty now, except for Casey, who stands at a window frowning at the threatening wintry sky. Then the door opens softly and an old man enters. His face is unshaven, his clothing unkempt.
Hi. Casey?
Oh. Hello, Grove.
Nasty day outside.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're alone here, boy.
Look, Grove, I simply can't make you any more loans. I've lost track of what you got me for now, but it's at least a couple of hundred.
Oh, you got me wrong, Casey. I'm not here in search of financial assistance this morning. This afternoon.
No?
No. This time, unfortunately, my problems can't be solved by money. Casey, I've been robbed.
Robbed?
Of my life's work. My magnum opus. The expose that could rock this town to its foundations. The candid memoirs of my 40 years as a crime reporter.
Oh, you've been talking about that big expose for a long time, Pop. Did you ever actually put any of it down on paper?
It was almost completely finished, Casey. Well, good half of it was. Honest, boy, I'd written a lot. That is when my typewriter was out of hock.
Now the script's been stolen.
Yes. I went out last evening around 10 o'clock for, a couple of beers. I ran into friends and... Oh, nuts. No use trying to kid you. I got blotto and passed out. Woke up lying in a doorway somewhere and finally made my room about an hour ago. It had been ransacked and my manuscript was gone. Then I borrowed car fare and came straight to you.
Why to me?
Well, the cops wouldn't believe anything I told them. They know I'm a rummy.
And I don't.
I was once a great newspaper man. One of the greats. I could write an expose that had put a lot of this town's big shots behind bars.
Sure, but because you were a great newspaper guy, you'd never write the kind of stuff you've been threatening. You'd be ratting on a whole lot of people who gave you their confidence. You'd be divulging your sources of information. And drunk or sober, no top banana in our racket ever does that.
He might, when he's piled up the grudges I have.
I doubt it.
You don't realize what it is to be in the gutter and see guys whom you know are stinking rats riding by in their Cadillacs. Sons even sold out their own fathers and mothers.
I know. But you're a newspaper man, and you wouldn't betray your source of information.
Casey, my manuscript was stolen because somebody thinks I would disclose a source of private information.
You wouldn't even write it.
You don't know how sore a guy who's down and out can get. Oh, you're right in one way. No, I wouldn't let the stuff be published. I wouldn't let anyone even look at it. But I did write it, Casey. I did write it. I had to in order to get rid of some of the poison that's eating deep into my guts.
Who do you think stole that stuff?
If I told you that, I would be disclosing a source of information. I prefer to retain your good opinion.
Grove, are you leveling with me?
No. No, Casey, no. Nothing was stolen from me. Nothing that matters, that is. I was just building up for a touch. I figured if you thought I'd lost my memoirs of my life's work, which I haven't written and never will, you might be sympathetic enough for a 5-spot. Well, so long, boy.
No, wait. Here's the 5. I can't spare any more.
Thanks.
Now, look here. I was talking to a guy last night who wants some ghostwriting done. It's the kind of thing that you can bat out in your sleep. It'll pay good dough. You go see him.
Casey, I can't write anymore.
You can. No one who's ever been as good as you were has ever finished until they're dead. I'm writing the guy's name and address on one of my cards. Now, you give it to him.
Okay. Thanks again.
Forget it.
So long, boy.
Yeah. Grove, you were lying to me about those memoirs being stolen.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing's been stolen from me. Nothing of any value can ever be stolen from me. So long.
So long, pal. I wonder. Oh, nuts.
You ain't got good sense, Casey. Why, I won't even let Grove Snyder come into this barroom. How you can let a old bum like him put the bee on you again just beats...
I didn't let him put the bee on me, Ethelbert. I merely mentioned that he dropped in to see me about half an hour ago, and you go off.
How much did he take you for this time, Casey?
He didn't take me for anything. What if I did pass him maybe 4 bits? So what? People like you and me, Annie, and you too, Ethelbert. You should be proud to know a guy like Grover Cleveland Snyder. You know, his byline was once the most famous in this country.
Sure, and then he drank it up. For the past 5 years at least, he couldn't have held a job on the Bingeville Bugle.
Okay, he's a bum and I'm a sap.
I wonder if he's ever wrote any of them memoirs he's always talking about. They should be real hot stuff.
Yeah, he certainly could tell all about some characters in this town.
Yeah.
Reporting and investigating crimes for 40 years, as he's always saying, he must have got the lowdown on a lot of seamy people.
And dangerous people, too. Hey, let's change the subject, huh?
Casey, what are you worried about?
Nothing. I'm not worried.
You act like you was.
Well, okay, then. I'm worried about the Dodgers. Listen, do you think they'll stand a chance next season?
Casey, that's a matter I've given a lot of thought to. Just a second. Oh, excuse me. Blue Note Cafe, Ethelbert the bartender speaking. Oh, hello. Huh? Yeah, sure. Just a minute. It's for you, Casey.
City desk?
No, Captain Logan.
Logan?
That's what he said, and he was kind of snappy.
Gimme.
Well, Logan never calls here.
Hello? Yes, Logan. Why, just a little while ago, around 12:30. Yes? What? Where? Yeah, I'll join you right away.
What is it, Casey?
Old Grove has mooched his last dime.
What?
He's dead.
Old Grove?
Dead?
Shot 3 times through the stomach and once between the eyes.
Oh, but why?
Maybe because I didn't believe him at the right time and did believe him at the wrong time. He had a card of mine in his pocket. That's why Logan phoned me. Let's go.
And Casey, you believe now that Grove was telling the truth when he said those memoirs were stolen from his room last night?
Well, that seems to be the answer, Logan. Somebody who heard of Grove's threats to write an expose of all the inside stuff he knew didn't want something to become public. That somebody didn't realize that the old guy wouldn't and couldn't make confidential stuff public anyhow. And, oh, nuts, if I had
now
only...
look, Casey, quit blaming yourself. Well, I'd have reacted to Grove's story the same way you did.
Yeah, so would I, Miss Williams. So would anyone who knew the old moocher as we did, pal.
I suppose so. From what you've told me, Logan, this looks like the job of a professional rodman. Somebody hired him.
Yeah. The killer worked fast and effectively and then got lost in the crowd. Casey, you know where the old guy's room and house is?
Yeah, it's a crummy joint up on 90th Street.
Now, let's go. I want to look at his room.
So do I.
See here, Captain. No crooked business has ever went on in this room and house of mine, and I ain't...
Mrs. Brundage, one of your roomers has been murdered. And while my men are going over his room in there, it'll be best if you answer some civil questions without any further argument.
No, I never gotten a civil question from a cop. Where's the fire, you say when I'm driving? Must you block the sidewalk, you say when I'm standing? Will you keep back, you say when I'm hooking?
Oh.
Excuse me, Logan. Mrs. Brundage.
Yeah?
That's an uncommon name, isn't it, Brundage?
My late husband was an Englishman, born and bred in London. Brundish is an English name.
Really? It's a name you don't hear every day.
Well, ain't like Smith or Jones or Cohen. My maiden name was Gallagher.
What do you know? My name's Casey.
Is it now?
Mm-hmm. My mother was a Shannon.
Mine was a Flanagan.
Well. Do you mind if I shoot a picture of you?
I certainly do. What's your game, Mr. Casey?
Well, I'm a press photographer.
I say you're a con man, Blarney boy.
Huh?
And I'm not buying anything you've got to sell.
I...
But Captain Logan, you and I speak the same honest language. What is it you want to know about poor Grove Snyder?
Well, Mrs. Brundage.
Sit down, Blarney boy, and way back.
Okay, Annie. Will I ever hear the last of this?
Now, first, Mrs. Brundage, have you any idea when Snyder left his room last night?
I heard his typewriter going until, maybe 10 o'clock, Cap. If he went out, it was after that.
And when did he return?
I didn't see him till around 11:30 this morning.
Did he say anything to you then?
Yep. Said he'd been robbed and wanted to borrow 50 cents from me, which I'll never see again, and went out.
And you didn't touch anything in his room?
No. I just took a look at the mess inside, then closed the door and locked it.
You know anything about the book he was writing?
Sure. He talked to everyone about it. He was going to turn this town inside out and make him $1 million, he said.
Have you ever seen his manuscript, Mrs. Brundage?
His what?
The accumulated pages he typed for his book.
No. But sometimes he typed all day and most of the night, and then he'd go on a bender, and I wouldn't hear his machine for a couple of weeks or more. Often it'd be in a pawn shop. That's all I can tell you about Grove Snyder, except he was a pest, a moocher, and a sorehead. But he was a real gentleman underneath, and I'm sorry he's gone.
Hey, Captain Logan.
Yes, Sergeant?
We finished with the room.
Good. Excuse me, Mrs. Brundage.
Certainly, Captain.
What'd you find, Sergeant?
A loose floorboard there. Underneath was this scrap of paper.
The corner torn from the typewritten page.
Mm-hmm. So the manuscript was hidden under the floorboard, hmm?
Oh, that's my guess, Miss Williams.
Well, what's written on that torn-off corner, Logan?
There's nothing that makes sense, just the end of a sentence. Ulti case was broken.
Ulti case?
Ulti. U-L-T-Y. It's merely part of a word that's been torn, Casey. The entire word could have been tumulty or faculty.
There's a good 4 inches of blank paper under those 3.5 words, so this was probably torn from the final or bottom page of the manuscript by whoever lifted it from that hole. Anything else, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. The boys and I picked up 22 cigarette butts off this floor. All of a brand the landlady said Grove Snyder never smoked.
Well, the thief must have been here an awful long time to smoke 22.
The thief and killer, Annie. He came here to get that manuscript and bump off Grove Snyder at the same time. The old man got too drunk to find his way home, and the killer had to get out before people in the house woke up this morning. So he picked up Grove later, tailed him, and shot him.
Yeah, I think that's how it was.
Here's a little thing we found that don't look as though it belonged to Snyder, sir.
Dice?
Only one.
Well, Grove never shot craps. He didn't gamble at all.
Nobody be gambling with that dice, Casey.
Crooked?
As a country road, Captain. Look. It always comes up 5.
You get a 6 with it, and you've thrown 11.
Or a 2 gives you 7.
And you can't throw snake eyes or double deuces or boxcars.
Hey, you couldn't put a raw cheater like that in a game. Even school kids would get wise to it after a few passes.
But a guy might carry it as a gag, a pocket piece, or a trademark.
Sergeant.
You reminded of somebody, sir?
Hialeah Sam.
Hialeah Sam?
There's a wanted on him in 4 states, Casey. He's a killer who'll work for anyone who'll pay his fee. You know, some crooks always wear polka dot neckties and blue suits. Hialeah Sam is never without a pair of loaded dice in his pocket. Old-fashioned hick cheaters like this. They're his calling cards, his identification papers when he goes into new territory.
And he may be minus half a pair right now.
Yeah, that's the picture I see. Sergeant, get out a special alarm on Hialeah. Homicide Bureau, Captain Logan speaking. You got Hialeah Sam already? Oh, dead. Shot in the back, then tossed out of a car, huh? And half a pair of dice in his pocket that throws only 2s. That's just dandy.
We'll return to Crime Photographer in just a moment. Tomorrow night, Marlena Dietrich as Diane LaVolta unmasks a fake diplomat on Time for Love. It's a drama of international intrigue involving our roving young adventuress, Miss LaVolta, in a skiing episode that turns out to be deadly. Tomorrow night, CBS Radio's Time for Love will be loaded with thrills, and it'll be yours over most of these same stations. And now, back to Casey, Crime Photographer.
the murder case of Grove Snyder is right back where it started, huh, Casey?
Back behind where it started, Ethelbert. We had some leads, but with this Hialeah Sam bumped off, we got nothing.
Oh, well, even if the cops had found him alive, we'd have had nothing, Casey. Hired killers of his type don't talk.
I know. You know, the way that gunman was bumped off as a lead, Annie?
Oh, yeah?
It was just as unprofessional as the murder of Grove Snyder was professional. Poor old Grove had 4 shots pumped into him, all at vital spots. Hialeah Sam was shot only once. And the ME figures that he was still alive when he was dumped haphazardly out of a car and slowly bled to death.
Well, where's the lead to this one?
I'm looking for it. You know, in my book, somebody hired Hialeah Sam to steal Grove's manuscript and to bump the old guy off. But Hialeah wasn't able to do both jobs at the same time. Circumstances compelled a long wait, a wait longer than it takes a guy to smoke 22 cigarettes. And to kill time, he probably read Grove's manuscript.
Oh, and learned a lot of dirt about the person who'd hired him.
Say.
So the employer couldn't take a chance.
He killed Hialeah?
I think so, Ethelbert.
Yeah, well, who do you suppose the employer was?
Grove wrote about him, gave the lowdown on him in that expose.
Yeah, but the manuscript's gone, and Grove can't tell us what was in it.
He can give us a big hint. In the stuff that was published under his byline.
Casey, Grove Snyder was a crime reporter for 40 years.
He told me his memoirs were half completed, Annie. That'd cover the first 20 years, more or less. And he's been on the beach for around 5 years. We go through the files starting about 25 years
We
back.
go through the files?
Right now, in the Morning Express morgue, Annie. Come on.
Oh, Casey, you can't do this to me.
Ain't you even gonna say so long? Reading back numbers of newspapers from 1930 back. But them were the good old days. 1930, 1929. What am I saying? Them were Prohibition days.
Ann? I found something. Look, come here and read this. September 15th, 1929. Today, former political power Big John Keston and his chief lieutenant Fred Ziggy Friedlander entered Woolstock Prison to begin serving the life sentences imposed on them for instigating the New Year's Eve massacre of the 4 McNulty brothers.
McNulty?
That torn scrap of paper, Annie. Ulty case is broken.
Yeah, I know. The McNulty Massacre is one of the great crime classics.
That's right. As I remember, the 4 McNulty brothers were big-time bootleggers who controlled all the liquor business on the South Side. And on New Year's Eve of 28, I think it was, they threw a big party at one of their joints, and when everybody was plastered, half a dozen masked men crashed the gate and shot several guards, and then lined the 4 McNultys up against a wall and cut loose on them with Tommy guns.
Oh, yeah, and a rival gang was first blamed for the killings.
That's
remember?
right. That was the Carmine mob. But as usual, during Prohibition days, the John Laws talked a lot and did nothing. And over a year went by, and then Grove Snyder got some information and broke the case wide open. It was one of his greatest scoops.
Yeah, and he got a journalism prize for the job he did.
That's right. I don't remember any of the details. Annie, get back to those files. Let's learn everything we can about the McNulty massacre.
And what did you and Miss Williams get out of boning up on the McNulty ancient history, Casey?
That Grove Snyder, through a source of private information that he, of course, refused to identify, secured evidence that sent 3 guys to the chair and 2 others to Woolstock with life sentences.
And Grove had to have bodyguards during the trial and for nearly a year afterwards.
Big John Keston, the political boss who engineered the entire dirty mess, served his life sentence in 6 months. A heart attack finished him off. Ziggy Friedlander, his head stooge, got out on parole about a year ago. Now, you may have something, Casey. Ziggy was the kind who never forgot a grudge.
Well, I've been checking on Ziggy Friedlander, pal, and he doesn't fit our picture.
Huh?
Now, he seems to have been a guy who played awful rough, but in accordance with the rules. I mean, he'd have knocked off Grove or his own brother to save himself and his boss from those life sentences. But after the book was thrown at him, he couldn't nurse a hate for a newspaper guy who played according to his set of rules.
Well, what's your idea?
Big John Keston had a son, an only child.
Yeah, I believe so.
You don't know much about him?
Nothing, as a matter of fact.
Well, I made it a point of learning something about him, and I'm going to learn more. Something old Grove said about sons who'd sell out their own fathers.
Yeah?
I made a date with John Keston Jr. tonight at his home. Afterwards, Logan, I'll let you know how it made out.
Hey, I don't get this.
I'm playing a hunch, pal, and if it's right, you'll have the solution to the murders of Grove Snyder and Hylia Sam.
Have a chair, Mr. Casey.
Thanks, Mr. Keston. Beautiful apartment you have here.
Oh, it's a little large for a bachelor, but I never like cramped quarters. You're a newspaper man, you said when you phoned.
Yeah, Morning Express. We're alone here?
Yes. You, of course, want to interview me about the professional indoor tennis matches I'm sponsoring next month.
No, I'm here to talk to you about Grover Cleveland Snyder.
What is Grover Cleveland Snyder?
You don't know?
I'm not sure that I do.
He's the man who sent your father to prison.
Oh, that's Snyder.
Mm-hmm. And less than a week ago, the papers reported his murder.
I don't read crime news, Mr. Casey. Since you're familiar with my father's tragedy, you can imagine why I don't.
There's practically no limit to my imagination, Mr. Keston. You, of course, didn't know that Grove Snyder was writing a book.
No.
Or that the typewritten manuscript of that book was stolen from his room the night before he was killed.
My only knowledge of the man and his works dates back 25 years when I was a boy. He sent my father to prison on false evidence, and my father died there. My mother died, too, as a result of our disgrace. I've tried to forget your Mr. Snyder.
You weren't exactly a boy 25 years ago. I've been looking up the record.
All right. I was 26 years old then. What about it?
Nothing. Snyder talked a lot about the book he was writing, Mr. Keston, and you must have heard about it. The book was going to be an expose of the rottenness and rattiness Grove Snyder had encountered as a crime reporter.
Now, look here.
Yes, there was one thing that nobody knew about that half-finished book but Grove and me. That even the guy who had it stolen doesn't know now.
Well?
I'll tell you. The guy who stole the manuscript got only half of what his employer wanted. He found the original, but not the carbon copy.
Carbon copy?
Mm-hmm. Writers make carbon copies of what they write. I have the copy of Snyder's expose.
What do you want, Casey?
What am I offered?
Before we go into that, let's have some proof that you're telling the truth.
All right, how's this? You inherited $2 million when your old man died of a heart attack in prison. He was a big, strong-looking guy, but the docs told him to watch his step and avoid excitement because of his weak heart. And you knew of a way to provide lots of excitement. So you got acquainted with a famous newspaper man named Grover Cleveland Snyder.
You make me sound like a murderer.
Uh-huh. But your old man had a stronger ticker than you and his doctors thought. And it carried him through a long court trial and 6 months in jail, but it finally gave out. Didn't you find that story in your copy of the old Grove manuscript, Mr. Keston?
You've come here to blackmail me.
Have I?
But you're not going to get away with it.
What? Oh. Is that the gun you used on Hylia Sam?
Yes. And since you know about him, you know I use it well. He read that lying manuscript, too, and thought he could hold it over me. I want your copy, Mr. Casey. Where is it?
In my apartment.
We're going there right now, and you're giving it to me.
With that gun in your hand, what can I do?
Only what I tell you.
That's what you think.
What?
Drop your rod, Junior.
I have. Don't shoot, don't
Who are you?
Junior should know. Or has 25 years in stir changed me too much, Junior?
Ziggy Friedlander.
Uh-huh. And it's nice to meet up with you again after all this time.
You heard?
Yeah. I called while you was out to dinner, Junior. And as an old friend should, I let myself in. I wanted to look over your swell big flat in private. You see, I've been reading in the papers about the killings of Grove Snyder and that Hylia Sam. In a prison, I'd done an awful lot of thinking. Everything added up, Junior, but I wanted to be sure. Even very suspicious guys like me find it hard to believe that a son would sell out his father.
What are you going to do, Ziggy?
Do to a rat like you?
No, don't.
Hey, Ziggy, let the law have it.
When did I ever live with the law? It makes too many guys and too many mistakes for a guy like me. I don't make any.
Ziggy, no!
Friedlander.
Keep back, mister. This rod's got 3 more slugs in it.
And they're for me?
No. I've done the job I came to do, and though you didn't mean to, you helped me. I've heard about you, Casey of the Morning Express. You're pretty well known up in Woolstock.
Yeah?
A lot of guys there hate your guts, but they say you play according to the rules. You weren't pulling up blackmail on Junior. You had cops waiting downstairs for him, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, your cops are still waiting. And here's my rod to give them.
Ziggy.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm tired. I just paid a debt that's been eating me. And the only home I got is prison. If they put me in a death cell this time, well, that's according to the rules. Some guys learn how to really think in prison, Casey. I did. Come on, let's go.
Quite a character, that Ziggy Friedlander, Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't get sentimental about him, Ethelbert. He's a vicious, wild animal that's only been partially tamed by old age and long imprisonment in a cage, and he shouldn't have been let out of that cage.
I guess that's right, Miss Williams. Say, Casey, I'd like to read the hot stuff Grove Snyder must have wrote in his book. You think he might have really left a carbon copy of it?
Of course he didn't, Ethelbert. Old-time newspaper guys like Grove never made a copy of anything. He simply stuck a single sheet in a typewriter and banged away with a copy boy waiting beside him to grab each page and rush it to the desk. I figured Keston wouldn't know about that.
And Grove Snyder speaking to you about rats who even sold out their own fathers and mothers gave you the idea?
Well, it helped. But Ziggy Friedlander figured Keston, too, and without that lead.
But it took him 25 years to do it.
Well, your pal Casey's a very bright guy, Ethelbert.
Oh, sure, and you're a modest violet. You know what your bright pal Casey is called in certain quarters, Ethelbert?
What, Miss Williams?
Blarney boy.
Blarney boy?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it.
I knew that was going to be brought up sometime.
You've been listening to Crime Photographer, played by Staats Cotsworth and written for radio by Alonzo Dean Cole, based on the original character created by George Harmon Cox. With Jan Miner as Anne, John Gibson as Ethelbert, Bernard Lenrow as Captain Logan, Lou White's original music, and Teddy Wilson as the Blue Note pianist, Crime Photographer is produced and directed by John Dietz. This is Bob Hite inviting you to join us again next week at this same time for another fast-moving adventure of Casey, Crime Photographer. Tomorrow night on CBS Radio's Junior Miss, Judy, she's our junior miss, as you may know, gets into a dither but deaf as her girlfriend Fuffy and she disagree on how to study for final exams. Another teapot tempest with loads of laughs in the brewing thereof. Tomorrow night on most of these stations, Junior Miss. Don't miss it. Gangbusters go into action Saturday nights on the CBS Radio Network.
Staats Cotsworth is scarcely remembered today by anybody outside of the acting profession, and even then they need to be very old actors to recall him. He had only 3 feature film appearances to his credit, and didn't do too much theater work either, nor did he need to. For much of the 1940s, he was radio's busiest actor, performing continuing roles in as many as 10 series at any given time, including Lone Journey, Stella Dallas, and Mr. and Mrs. North, and starring in Casey Crime Photographer. Born in Oak Park, Illinois in 1908, Cotsworth entered the acting profession as a member of Eva Le Guillian's repertory company in New York. His arrival in the city coincided with the boom in radio, which became the dominant mass medium of the 1930s and was centered in New York. Although he was a classically trained actor with experience in Shakespearean roles, Cotsworth gravitated towards the new medium, which seemed to offer vast opportunities, and it was there that he made his name and his fortune. By the mid-1940s, when the average American salary was $3,000 a year, Cotsworth earned over $50,000 a year on radio. It was only in the mid-1950s, with the medium's decline, that he began working on television, first on anthology series such as Studio One out of New York, and later on programs such as Dr. Kildare and Bonanza from Hollywood. During the 1960s, he was also a regular on As the World Turns and The Edge of Night, and also played the avuncular male lead in Go Fight City Hall, a failed pilot for a proposed series that would have starred Irene Dunne as a widowed mother who enters local politics. By that time, in his late 50s and 60s, he slipped easily into dignified older male character roles, often playing judges, senators, and similar parts. Cotsworth made his first feature film appearance in Peyton Place, 1957, playing Charles Partridge, and later appeared in Anthony Harvey's New York filmed comedy They Might Be Giants, 1971. He was one of a group of old-time players, including Worthington Minor, Sudie Bond, and Francis Fuller, who appeared in the film. He also did a voiceover role in the 1973 horror movie Silent Night, Bloody Night. Staats Cotsworth died at age 71 on April 9, 1979 in New York City, New York. For the Old Time Radio researchers, I'm Fred Bertelson, your announcer.
Hey, Casey, wait up a minute.
Annie, what are you doing here?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. Say, did you get a phone call, too?
Yeah, I just got a tip to get down here to the Blue Note right away.
Yeah, so did I. I wonder what it's all about.
Search me.
Well, come on in. Let's go and find out.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. You hear that?
Yeah, the police car.
Look down the street. There it is. It's coming this way, too.
Something must be up there really traveling. Hey, it's stopping here.
Logan.
Captain Logan.
Casey, Miss Williams, how'd you get here so soon?
What do you mean? What's up?
Can't I go anywhere without you two beating me there?
Oh, so you got the tip, too.
Yeah. I got a call to get down here to the Blue Note and fast.
Oh, maybe the criminal's still in there.
Let Logan go first, then.
Yeah, I'll get my gun ready. Now, follow me. Stand back when I open the door.
Hey, everything's quiet. No music. No piano.
Let's go in.
There's Herman Chittison by the piano.
Look at him. He's not moving. Somebody must be holding a gun on him from behind the bar.
Woof, woof. 1, 2, 3.
You hear that?
Woof, woof.
It's Ethelbert.
Hey, Ethelbert must have gone crazy.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe a dog bit him, a mad dog.
Woof, woof, woof. 1, 2, 3. Woof.
Look, there he is. Near the back of the bar. Hey, Ethelbert. Shh.
Woof, woof. 1, 2, 3. Woof, woof.
Hey, look. There's a man back there with a bag of tools.
That's the crook. Stick him up, you. I got you covered.
Hey, wait a minute, Captain Logan. He ain't no crook.
Well, who is he?
He's Bill Pearson, the engineer the Columbia Broadcasting System sent over to put in this microphone.
Microphone?
Yeah, this little thing here. That engineer told me to keep saying woof 1, 2, 3 into it. That's what they used to test with.
Oh, Ethelbert, so that's it.
Hey, what is this, anyhow? What's going on around here?
That's what I'd like to know.
Why, didn't Tony Marvin tell you?
Nobody tells me anything.
Oh, here he comes now. Hello, Mr. Marvin.
Hiya. Hi. Hello, Casey, Miss Williams,
Hi,
Captain
Tony.
Logan.
Tony.
Uh-huh. Say, am I late, Ethelbert?
No, you're just on time, Mr. Marvin.
On time? Well, what's he on time for?
The broadcast.
Broadcast?
Yeah, now, look. Let's have some of that Blue Note music, Herman. Sort of get in the mood.
I still don't don't get it.
Well, look, I'll tell you. You see, our sponsor, Anchor Hocking, is having a convention today, and they all want to meet you. So we're going to broadcast from the Blue Note here directly to Lancaster, Ohio.
So that's what all this microphone business is about.
Yep. And now here's the setup. I'm going to introduce each of you to the boys out in Lancaster, and I want you to say hello to them. Say, have you got the line through to Lancaster, Bill?
All set whenever you're ready, Tony. Wait just a second.
Huh?
I want to comb my hair.
Hey, you don't have to do that to broadcast, you dope.
No?
That's when you're having your picture taken.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, here we go. Hello, Lancaster, and all you good people of the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation. This is Tony Marvin speaking from the Blue Note Cafe. We have most of the members of the Crime Photographer cast with us, and I'd like to introduce them to you. First of all, I'd like you to meet the fellow who plays Casey, Staats Cotsworth, a great actor and a great salesman for Anchor Hocking.
Thank you, Tony. How do you do, Anchor Hocking? Well, this is kind of a surprise to me, but all kidding aside, I'm mighty glad to have this opportunity to talk to you. I wish I could be with you out there in person. Well, I guess the only thing that I have that most other salesmen for Anchor Hocking don't have is a chance to call regularly on 35 million people.
That's right. Crime Photographer is reaching regularly more than 1/4 of the 140 million people in the United States.
And the way I figure it is that practically all of those people are prospects for the containers and closures that Anchor Hocking makes and that you fellas sell. The people that I call on may not buy by the carload or even by the gross, but their everyday purchases of foods and beverages and medicines and household products packed in glass and sealed with Anchor Hocking caps are what make it possible for manufacturers to buy containers and caps by the carload. And remember, your Crime Photographer program has barely gotten started. We've been building up slowly to the time when we'd have a real selling job to do. Well, as I understand it, that time is here.
Right, Staats. That time is here. Competition is back. People are shopping around for things again. They're not just buying what they can find.
Well, I suspect that goes for manufacturers as well as the people we talk to directly on the radio. That situation calls for selling. Selling against other types of containers and against other manufacturers of glass containers and metal and molded closures. You can count on us as radio salesmen for Anchor Hocking to do our level best to try and keep up with the swell job that you're doing as direct salesman for Anchor Hocking. Now, if Tony Marvin will let me, I'd like to present our leading lady, a charming actress and a charming person, Miss Jan Miner, who plays the part of Ann Williams.
Thanks, Staats. Although I've talked to a lot of people over the air, this is the first time I've ever talked to a sales convention. But I'm awfully glad to be here. And hello, Anchor Hocking. The part of Anne in Crime Photographer was originated by Leslie Woods, one of the finest actresses in radio. And not so many weeks ago, she got herself married to a young architect and sailed for Europe. All of which is by way of explanation why I am on your program, Crime Photographer. And it's really wonderful for me because Crime Photographer is not only one of the absolutely top shows now on the air, but we all believe that it's going even farther. And as Staats Cotsworth told you, we reach regularly more than 35 million people. And that's a little awe-inspiring. It gives us two great responsibilities. One, to give those people clean, decent, and amusing entertainment. And two, to get sales results for our sponsor. All of us feel these responsibilities deeply and shall try never to let anyone down. And now here's Tony Marvin again.
Well, I'd like to add that Jan Miner herself is one of the loveliest girls and one of the finest actresses in radio. And now, here's the host of the Blue Note Cafe in person, that rare philosopher, John Gibson, whom you know as Ethelbert.
Hey, Ethelbert, you're on. You're on.
Yeah, Casey. What'll you have? Your usual?
Ethelbert, we're broadcasting. Tony just introduced you. Where have you been?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, what? Oh, I was just back opening a bottle of beer for Captain Logan.
Oh, so the lug couldn't wait. Here, Ethelbert, can you reach the mic? Say hello to the Anchor Hocking folks out in Lancaster.
Yeah, Casey, I can lean over the bar. Hiya, fellas. What should I say?
Anything. Go ahead.
Well, let's see. Oh, yeah, I want to say that any time any of you is in the vicinity of the Blue Note Cafe, I hope you'll stop in and let me set 'em up on the house. We got milk, if you like that, and then we got that cool, pleasant beverage that comes in the new one-way bottle I've been hearing so much about. And I want you to know there's only one kind of beer you can buy here, and that's bottled beer.
Hello, Ethelbert.
Hello. Hello, Grace. Shh, we're broadcasting.
Well, why don't you call her over to say a few words, Ethelbert?
You think it'd be all right?
Sure.
Grace? Grace? I guess she's gone on back to the... Oh, they don't want to hear her anyway. Oh, yes, what I wanted to say, there's one point no one has mentioned so far, and that's how much fun we get playing together every week. That's what some people call teamwork. Now, take Herman Chittison, our pianist. He has his own program on the air every Saturday night. He makes a lot of records, and you have to pay $2 for a scotch to hear him at the nightclubs. But he started out on the air here at the Blue Note. And he's such a loyal guy, and he likes it so well here that you just couldn't keep him away. You want to talk some more now, Mr. Marvin? I guess that's about all I have to say.
Thanks, Ethelbert. Yes, we still have to hear from Bernard Lenrow, known to you people at Anchor Hocking and the radio audience as Captain Logan, chief of the homicide squad. And now that he's finished that bottle of beer, how about a few words, Bernie?
Yes, Tony. I do want to add my greetings to the Anchor Hocking Convention. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say that all of us of the Crime Photographer Program will do our best to keep Anchor Hocking the most famous name in glass.
Thanks, Bernard Lenrow, and thanks, everyone. Say, Staats.
Yeah, Tony.
Have you got your camera with you?
Oh, have I, Tony?
Well, look, while we're all here together, why don't you take a picture of us, and we can send some copies of it out to Anchor Hocking.
Sure, that's a good idea.
That's a swell idea, Tony.
Staats, you've got a self-timer on your speed graphic, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you can get in the picture, too.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get in it, Tony. Look, why don't we all get over here around the piano? Herman can be playing, and we'll all stand around him.
Mm-hmm. Right. Look, I don't know if you people at Anchor Hocking know it or not, but Staats Cotsworth is quite an amateur photographer in real life as well as playing a photographer on the air. So while he's setting up his camera, why don't we listen to a little music from Herman Chittison? It's all yours, Herman. Well, I guess Staats has that picture by now. So this is Tony Marvin saying goodbye on behalf of John Dietz, the director, Alonzo Dean Cole, the writer, Archie Blyer, who conducts the Anchor Hocking Orchestra, and the entire cast of Crime Photographer, Anchor Hocking's own radio show. Literally, thousands of housewives have asked us for a Fire King oven glass roaster big enough to take a good-sized leg of lamb or a rib roast of beef, sturdy yet beautiful, as is all Fire King oven glass, and priced for people who know a bargain when they see it. Well, here it is, the new Fire King oven glass covered roaster. You can watch the roast without lifting the cover, and this special kind of oven glass comes clean in a jiffy. You'll find the Fire King oven glass roaster tomorrow morning at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store, and its price is incredibly low. Yes, this big Fire King roaster, complete with cover, costs only $1 in most parts of the country and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. It's well worth a special trip to the store. You'll recognize it immediately by its pale blue color, and I know you'll be glad to hear that, like all Fire King oven glass, this big new roaster is guaranteed for a full 2 years against oven breakage. Fire King oven glass is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. I hope you had a dinner tonight as delicious as the one I had before I came to the studio. Here's what happened at my house.
Really, Dorothy, I don't know when I've tasted such delicious roast beef.
Oh, thank you, Mother.
I hope I can take some credit for teaching you to cook.
Oh, I do give you all the credit in the world. But some credit has to go to my new kind of roaster.
A new kind of roaster?
Yes. It's made from that wonderful Fire King oven glass. The heat-resistant oven glass Tony tells us about on the Crime Photographer program.
Oh.
Why, it absorbs oven heat so thoroughly and evenly that it's almost impossible to make a mistake.
Well, I should think it would be an enormous advantage to use glass for roasting, because you don't have to lift up the cover to see whether the roast is browning.
Yes, and not only that, this special kind of glass comes clean in a jiffy.
Was it very expensive?
Oh, I should say not, Mother. It cost only $1, complete with a Fire King oven glass cover.
Yes, that was one of the most delicious meals I ever ate. And here are a few more things Dorothy and Mother were talking about. This new Fire King oven glass covered roaster is guaranteed for a full 2 years against oven breakage. It's as attractive as it is sturdy and dependable, yet, as Dorothy said, it costs only $1 at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store, and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. Fire King oven glass roasters are now available only in limited quantities, so I would advise you to do your shopping early tomorrow. And remember, Fire King oven glass is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. I have something here in the studio tonight that I wish every one of you could see. It's a complete set of the new Fire King tableware, and I can't begin to tell you how really beautiful it is. It has an attractive bullseye pattern and a delicate pale blue color. And like your old friend, Fire King oven glass, this new Fire King tableware is heat resistant. And the most important point, I haven't even touched on. You can buy service for 6 people for only $3.85, and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. 6 cups and saucers, 6 fruit dishes, 6 salad plates, 6 soup plates, 6 big 9 1/4-inch dinner plates, a large vegetable bowl, and a platter 12 by 9 inches. Of course, it's not necessary to buy a complete service. Individual pieces of Fire King tableware cost as little as 10 cents. Yes, I certainly wish you could be here to see this amazing bargain for yourselves. Well, the next best thing is to go down to your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store and see it there. Fire King tableware and Fire King oven glass are both products of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. Now, let's listen in on a conversation which occurred earlier this evening.
Why, Mary, what a lovely dinner service. Is it something new?
I just got it today, Peggy. So many of our old plates and cups have been broken. And up to now, it's been almost impossible to find really attractive dishes to take their place.
Oh, well, this is certainly lovely. I like the pattern and that pale blue color.
And as pretty as it is, it's also heat-resistant, which is certainly going to be a help.
Is it expensive?
Oh, absolutely not. Why, this entire service for 6 costs only $3.85.
These young housewives, like thousands of others today, were talking about the sensational new Fire King tableware. A Fire King tableware service for 6 includes 6 cups and saucers, 6 fruit dishes, 6 salad plates, 6 soup plates, 6 big 9 1/4-inch dinner plates, a large vegetable bowl, and a platter 9 by 12 inches. And the cost is only $3.85, and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. Of course, it's not necessary to buy a complete service. Individual pieces of Fire King tableware cost as little as 10 cents. See them tomorrow at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store. Fire King tableware is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. We've told you a lot about Fire King oven glass, how much time and trouble it saves in the kitchen, how beautifully it dresses up your lunch and dinner table. Well, tonight I'd like to talk about a very special Fire King bargain you'll find right now at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, and department stores. It's a big 2-quart covered casserole with a special Fire King oven glass server or serving tray for use in the dining room. The server has 2 convenient handles. It holds the casserole firmly in place with no danger of slipping, and it protects your table from the oven-hot casserole so that it eliminates the inconvenience of table pans. Now, like all Fire King oven glass, this big casserole and server are guaranteed for 2 full years against oven breakage. And here's the best news of all. The cost of this special 3-piece set, including cover, 2-quart casserole, and server, is only $1, and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. You'll find this 2-quart Fire King casserole and server ideal for buffet suppers as well as for other meals. So why not plan next Sunday night supper around a big casserole dish, baked in beautiful, inexpensive Fire King oven glass? Fire King oven glass is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. And now, may I introduce a young lady who, like most of us today, is out shopping for a bargain.
How much is this Fire King casserole?
Do you mean the 2-quart size with the cover?
Yes.
Well, that's a special right now. It costs only $1 complete.
What do you mean complete?
Well, the price includes not only the casserole and cover, but also the convenient server, which you can use as a serving tray. It keeps the hot casserole from harming your table.
Oh, I see.
It's made so the casserole won't slip. And you'll notice the 2 handles make it easy to carry baked dishes directly from the oven to the dining room.
And it's genuine Fire King oven glass?
Oh, yes, ma'am. And it's guaranteed for 2 years against oven breakage.
That's one of the greatest bargains in years. And because it is such a bargain, I suggest you go to your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store at the earliest possible moment to avoid being disappointed. Remember, the price is only $1 and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. Fire King oven glass is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. Now, let's look in on a suburban home where 2 young women are discussing last night's bridge party.
Bill and I both had a marvelous time, Dorothy. And your beer and ale certainly made a hit with the men. Well, thank you, Jane. Where did you find those marvelous-looking light beer bottles? They're absolutely new, but you must have heard about them. They're the new one-way, no-deposit bottle everyone's talking about. You mean you don't have to make a deposit on them? No, and you don't have to return them to the store. But that isn't all. You notice how compact they are? Yes. Well, they take up practically no room at all in the refrigerator. And, my dear, they chill within a matter of minutes. Well, they're certainly attractive and easy to pour from. Yes, and of course they're glass, which is very important to me. Oh, I wouldn't dream of buying beer or ale in anything but glass. Neither would I, because I know that glass won't contaminate taste or flavor. Son of a bitch.
2 make 8.
Wouldn't you know? Oh, we gotta go fast. You call me.
Well, let's see.
I'm glad you did that because that's another thing. Did that because that's another thing. Did.
Our story will continue in just a moment.
This is Del Sharbert with a message of special importance to you people of California, Oregon, and Washington. We're the first people in America to get a lot of the good things of life. And not the least of these is the amazing new one-way, no-deposit bottle for beer and ale. Right here in California, practically every leading brand is available in the new one-way, no-deposit bottle. And its popularity is rapidly spreading into Oregon and Washington. This new one-way bottle requires no deposit, no return to the store. It's as light as a feather and so compact, it wastes none of your precious refrigerator space. And yet it holds just as much beer and ale as an ordinary bottle. It's the perfect companion to take along on a picnic. And it's at home on the finest table in the land. And remember, it's made of glass. Glass that brings you beer and ale the way it's meant to taste. The way good brewers want you to enjoy it. Beer with no foreign taste or flavor. For better tasting beer, demand it in bottles. For convenience, demand your favorite brand in the new Anchor Glass one-way, no-deposit bottle. A product of Anchor Hocking, the most famous name in glass.
This house detective went to Solano's rooms right after you phoned me at headquarters, Miss Rose?
Me for a rap in the hot seat.
We'll join the crowd at the Blue Note in just a moment.
This is Del Sharbert, back again to say how glad I am that our fine West Coast brewers have been so quick to give us the new Anchor Glass, one-way, no-deposit bottle for beer and ale. It means so much to all of us to enjoy a cool glass of beer at its best. Everyone today knows that beer tastes better, far better, when it comes to you in a glass bottle. For glass never gives beer any foreign flavor. Here's a glass bottle that has all the advantages of glass, but none of its disadvantages. It requires no deposit, no return to the store. Enjoy your beer in a glass or drink directly from the bottle. When it's empty, throw it away. This new one-way bottle is light and sturdy, easy to carry, ideal for picnics, and it takes up amazingly little room in your refrigerator. For flavor, demand beer in bottles. For convenience, demand your favorite brand in the amazing new Anchor Glass one-way, no-deposit bottle. A product of Anchor Hocking, the most famous name in glass.
It was funny, Casey, how Solano was finally got for murder.
Here's the first really exciting news about coffee since the original vacuum pack was announced many years ago. Beechnut coffee, yes, your old friend Beechnut, is now available in a new kind of container. A glass container, sealed with a brand new kind of cap, which protects flavor and freshness not only before you open it, but after you open it as well. This new cap is known as the press-on cap, spelled P-R-E-S-O-N, press-on. Now, with the new press-on cap, the flavor of Beechnut coffee is sealed in a complete vacuum, yet you can open the glass container in a matter of seconds. Simply insert the edge of a dull knife or the end of a spoon under the lid, and pop, it comes off instantly. But that's not the most exciting part of the story. When you have measured out the coffee you plan to use, you can reseal the glass container with the new press-on cap by a slight pressure of your hand. In fact, you can hear it snap back into place, sealing in all the rich goodness of this fine imported coffee. Here's coffee at its best, Beechnut coffee, brought to you at the peak of flavor in a crystal-clear Anchor glass container with the revolutionary new press-on vacuum cap. Anchor glass containers and press-on Anchor caps are products of the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, a great name in glass. Here's the first really exciting news about coffee since the original vacuum pack was announced many years ago. Beechnut coffee, yes, your old friend Beechnut, is now available in a new kind of container. A glass container, sealed with a brand new kind of cap, which protects flavor and freshness not only before you open it, but after you open it as well. This new cap is known as the press-on cap, spelled P-R-E-S-O-N, press-on. Now, with the new press-on cap, the flavor of Beechnut coffee is sealed in a complete vacuum, yet you can open the glass container in a matter of seconds. Simply insert the edge of a dull knife or the end of a spoon under the lid, and pop, it comes off instantly. But that's not the most exciting part of the story. When you have measured out the coffee you plan to use, you can reseal the glass container with the new press-on cap by a slight pressure of your hand. In fact, you can hear it snap back into place, sealing in all the rich goodness of this fine imported coffee. Here's coffee at its best, Beechnut coffee, brought to you at the peak of flavor in a crystal-clear Anchor glass container with the revolutionary new press-on vacuum cap. Anchor glass containers and press-on anchor caps are products of the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, a great name in glass.